we are happy for the opportunity to have another medium by which we can expose the public to the workings of the stock exchange. Um, we we report on a weekly basis in the startup business on the back page of the trade results on a weekly basis. But the more exposure we can have, the more Guyanese public will become educated that one, there is a stock exchange, and two, there are benefits to be had from the companies listing and having the shares traded in the exchange, as well as for investors who will be, people with excess funds can find a way, can use the exchange to invest in companies. We have some companies, matter of fact, if you look at some of the commercial banks, and you buy shares in the commercial banks, instead of depositing in commercial banks, you get a better return on your funds. Another advantage, one of the great advantages is a tax advantage. If you put your money into commercial banks on deposits, the interest that is paid to you is subject to 20% withholding tax. So you don't get everything. However, dividends paid by companies are tax-free. Tax-free in the sense that the companies pay as a tax. So if they declare you getting a 4% return, you get 4%. You get all of it. The other thing is that unlike real property like cars and let's say land and buildings, if you sell those after a number of years and the value have went up, so you sell to the profit, you have to pay capital gains tax on that profit. However, currently, we don't. If you invest in some shares, the value goes up and you sell it at a profit, you do not pay tax on that. That is also free of income tax or capital gains tax. So those are two advantages of investing in the stock market rather than just putting your money in a bank deposit. This is not to say that we would advise people to put all their money into the stock exchange, because you will need some cash for day-to-day activities and emergencies. But for a long term, for instance, if you're a young man, you may start a family, you've planned perhaps, because families these days are planned, you may plan to have 4 children, and you may want to send all 4 of them to university. You do not have to get $10 million to invest in the stock exchange. You can start small, but every month end, for instance, you get your salary. You can take a bit out of it and invest in shares. And over the years, they accumulate. These shares, once these companies continue to be profitable, will be paying you dividends. And that dividends you can either reinvest in the company or other companies. Because remember we said diversification offers you some amount of protection, and or you can put those dividends into your bank account and watch that grow as well.